Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
Hi guys, and welcome to episode 24 of All the Gear But No Idea with Rhodey and Diz. How you going today, Rhodey?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
I'm excellent, mate. We've got a big episode today. Very much the talk of the town at the minute. It's the tuna, isn't it, Rhodey?
Yeah, and we've been getting amongst it. And our special guest, Steve Lewis from SFT Australia. They're famous for the highly sought after Takumi Lures.
They do well, don't they?
So plenty of tuna chat coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. We love it. All right, let's get into the oranges and lemons, Rhodey, because I've just got a feeling this is going to be a little bit tuna-based.
Yeah, certainly for mine, we have been out the last 2 weekends and we got into them.
You reckon you've just turned your luck around?
Well, look, I was thinking that last weekend when we nailed 12 of them.
Yes, great day in the water, wasn't it?
And one today, this morning, down at Victor Harbour, but we'll get into that in the fishing report. But it is good to find a little bit of consistency on the Southern Bluefin Tuna this season, Diz.
Yes, that's exactly right. And naturally, we threw some of those back, Rhodey. We didn't take 12 home.
Obviously not, mate. Obviously not.
Worthwhile mentioning, though. And look, my orange is that we've only got one more week of work to get through before we nip over to Kangaroo Island and spend a week over there enjoying the sights and sounds. Rhodey, you be looking forward to that?
Yes, mate. Can't wait. Keenly packing all the gear into the boat, into the car. It's going to be one hell of a trip.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be fantastic, mate. But we should get onto the lemons. What's been the downer for the week for you, mate?
The tuna. They don't take the lure sometimes. You think you do everything right. You got the Takumi on one side. You got the troll so hard bloody lure on the other. The little skirt.
Yes.
You've got the teaser line out. You're doing all the right things. You drag the lure past a school of fish, and they just don't take it.
They're not interested.
Nah. Big school out the back of West Island this morning, and we just could not get a bite out of them.
You reckon they've been spooked by that many boats?
Well, there was a few boats there this morning, not like the 18 boats on one school on Boxing Day, but there were certainly 5 or 6 boats out there.
Ramp?
No, we got a car park down in front of that pub down there to the left.
Oh.
So not in the main car park, but that next bit further down towards the bluff. So that was pretty good.
Good one. Fantastic.
But yeah, it just does piss you off when you think you're doing everything right. And
yes.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't take it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's just frustrating.
It is, and look, while we're talking about frustrations, it's probably my lemon for the week that I missed out on that little mission.
Yeah, you did. It was good.
Oh well, only a week to go and we'll be off KI.
We'll get plenty off KI, surely.
Yeah, I would have thought. All right, Rhodey, that's good for the oranges and lemons, mate, but it would be remiss of us not to talk about one of the greatest mechanics, and certainly most convenient given that he's mobile, Leighs Marine Services. Fantastic bloke.
Yes.
And runs a great operation. We recently had him out to service the new outboard, amongst a couple of other things which we'll talk about, but he does a great job, doesn't he?
Very convenient, very easy, and he did a great job.
He's efficient. He gets into it straight away, doesn't he?
Yes, he was in, he was out. It was great.
It was. I actually don't know you could fault him.
And he was pretty happy with the boat.
Yeah, no, he thought it was good. Probably wasn't too happy with Davo's little way to support the motor.
No, he did get us a nice little outboard support for travelling.
Yes.
But, mind you, Davo did well with a couple of bits of timber to rig up something in the short term.
Yeah. No, it was good. We did need it. It was better than the other one we had, wasn't it?
And we certainly loaded Lee up with plenty to do.
Oh, yeah, we gave him heaps to do. We wanted some speakers on the boat, Rhodey, because I was sick of your singing.
He ticked that off.
Bang. Easy. Just nailed it. It was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did.
And very neat and tidy, might I add. That's one thing I'm pretty particular about on the boat. Is nice, good core, wire management.
Yeah, he did well with that.
And Lee did a great job. The chain socket's on.
Yeah.
Happy
Nice
days.
and quiet.
Nice and quiet. Good stuff. We mentioned the outboard support, and this is the piece de resistance.
Now, he put a cigarette lighter in.
Why did he do that, Big Ben?
We don't smoke darts, do we, Diz?
We don't smoke darts.
But we do eat pies.
We eat pies. Who ate all the pies? You fat bastard, you fat bastard.
Anyway, Lucy got me a pie warmer for Christmas and it needed a cigarette port.
How good.
So Lee rigged us up a cigarette.
And that's going to be handy for a bunch of other stuff.
I reckon some nice little spring rolls.
Yeah, you've always been a bit weird about it, but I'm not sure how I feel about spring rolls. Just, middle of winter, it's gonna come in handy all year round, but you just think about it like warm little pie in the middle of winter.
And what about some of you might have seen on our Instagram story? We got the sizzle box, the Schenkel sizzle box, so we can cook sausages. We can have a barbecue out there and finish it off with some little pies.
I'm starting to think we line up a month of leave and just live off the boat. we could do it.
Just take the freezer out there and
fuel might be an issue.
Yeah.
Anyway,
keep on moving, Diz. That is a big wrap for Leighs Marine Outboard Servicing. If you do need some work done on your boat, can't get it into the shop, he'll come to you.
Yeah, and get onto him. He's fantastic. All right, ready? Let's get stuck into the news, mate. I'm going to hit you with one to start with.
Righto, mate.
This has been all over the socials. There's been a number of people, organisations that have been talking about this. Some of the pollies included, because it's a good news story for them, but it's the snapper fingerlings, one of the biggest snapper restocking programs in Australia's history, maybe even the biggest. There has been, or will be, by the time autumn rolls around, 300,000 fingerlings released into the Gulf waters of South Australia. Rody, pretty impressive?
It is quite a few, isn't it? So they're doing 150k initially, is that right?
They are. They are in the process of doing 150,000 at the minute, and this is naturally an effort to boost the numbers, which has been classified as critically low.
Yeah.
All right.
And when are they putting the other 150,000 in the juice?
They're expecting to put the other 150,000 through autumn. I imagine they're going to take some learnings off this because it'll be done over several trips where they release these fingerlings into the Gulf waters. But the fingerlings have been raised in Sardi's West Beach facility, and they're about 40 to 60 mil in length now, so they're ready to go. They drop them into the soft substrate and seagrass habitats where they would naturally settle and spend their time before they grow into larger fish.
And was it somewhere near Ardrossan, did I hear?
Yes, I believe that is
that correct?
One port. They will be spreading them across the peninsula into gulfs.
And I think they come from the Sardi's West Beach facility, is that right?
They do, yes.
So I think I remember earlier on in the year there was some repairs done to some of the sea pipes.
There was, yes.
So maybe that's what's made this all possible.
Yes, well there was a bit of facade work done also on that West Beach facility. They wanted to update the look of it.
Yep.
Had a bit of funding, so they went for that. But yes, more importantly, they upgraded some of the piping so they can pump plenty of fresh, nice seawater in.
So that's a bit of a feel-good story then, isn't it?
It's a feel-good story. The initial MARFAC was involved. Graham Keegan was talking about that on Facebook. So it's a good win for, that initial MARFAC crew to be involved in that hopefully successful program.
So out of 300,000 40 to 60 millimetre snapper,
yes,
how many of them make it to 10 kilos, you reckon?
Couldn't tell you, mate.
I'd love to know.
It would be interesting.
Yeah. But
hopefully enough for us to get on the end of a few come end of snapper season.
End of snapper closure, you mean?
Yes.
Yep. Certainly we're happy for them to grow up, and I have noticed when we have been whiting fishing over the winter, we probably caught more snapper than what we used to, I reckon.
Yes, hopefully
as
a good sign.
As a bycatch.
Yes, hopefully a good sign, bro.
Yes.
Okay, while we mentioned Graham Keegan, he, both himself and Steve Powell, there was a little bit of discussion on the tuna and offshore fishing page surrounding Southern Bluefin Tuna being filleted at sea. Jump on there and have a look if you want to see the correspondence, but long story short, both Graham and Steve, amongst others, have sought out official clarification of the ruling, and yes, you can fillet them at sea, providing you can show that they're from one.
And that came from Perza, did it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe
and
so. A contact there.
Yes, what I'm reading here is they have said that the mutilation of fish at sea section of the regulation appears within the undersized fish category.
Yes.
As there is no size limit restrictions on Southern Bluefin Tuna, there is therefore no restriction on filleting Southern Bluefin Tuna at sea.
You beauty.
That's how I'm reading it.
Yep.
I'd liken that to the calamari.
Yep.
Because there's no size limit on calamari, and you can take the heads and tentacles and all that off.
Yep.
Prepare the tubes for the table at sea.
Yes.
As long as they can say that was 1 squid, that was 2 squid, that was 3 squid.
Yeah, you can't cut rings up.
Nah, because then they've got no idea, do they?
Yes.
So same as the tuna.
Yes.
Don't cut them up into 1,000 little bits.
No.
Take a fillet off each side and leave as is.
Yes. Good call. Good call. We like that clarification. Well done, Rhodey.
But that'll make things easier,
Well done,
wouldn't
Graham. Well done, everybody involved. Rhodey, we're worried about these mangroves. We've talked about it, mate.
it? Yep.
They are now a threat to the dolphin population in the Port River.
I was reading about this, Diz, and it's not good.
No.
And I did see, I don't know if you've seen them, mate, but the drone pictures that were floating around.
Yes, I have seen the drone pictures. It's alarming.
There's a lot of brown, particularly dead looking mangroves.
Yes, not good. Not good aerial views.
No, and Perry Coleman, who's sort of become the expert on all this, she has said that the brine is crystallising, and you obviously can't pump crystallised brine. It'll damage the equipment.
Not
So
good.
she's pushing for the brine to be got out of there ASAP.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. They want to rectify this issue ASAP, and they need to be responsive to the directions from the government, because I think they'll be pushing to get it sorted.
Yes, let's hope they can get on top of that ASAP and hopefully nurture the mangroves back to full health.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. All right, Rhodey, a not so good news story here coming out of KI, where we'll be visiting next week. The Islander News, a great read if you're interested in the happenings on Kangaroo Island. A catamaran. A powerboat catamaran has been in trouble off the north coast of KI, Rhodey. Taken on some water. There was a bunch of people, 7.5 metre alloy cat, fishing at anchor about 14 k's off Cape Cassini when they noticed the boat was taking on water.
Yep.
They pulled the pit, got motoring, started to try and clear that water. But ultimately, the outboards and the electrical systems failed, leading them to be in deep, deep strife.
So, yeah, there were 6 of them out there, and they did well from there, though, Diz. They activated the EPIRB and were able to call a friend at Emu Bay who raised the alarm.
Big tick.
It was then a charter boat and the Jamisons from Jamison Marine who arrived to assist.
They're great guys in there at Jamison. We visited them a couple of times now.
I actually called them on Friday, Diz.
Yeah?
Thursday. I called them Thursday just to make sure they're still filling up air tanks.
You beauty.
But that's an aside, so we'll get our air tanks filled there on the trip.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, a 22-metre private vessel was making its way along the north coast at the time and was able to tow the boat back to Emu Bay.
Okay. And then it was recovered from there.
It was. The owner wished to remain anonymous.
Got
but
that one
he
out,
was
essentially.
Yes.
Good one.
Very thankful for everyone who was involved.
Yes.
Meaning they were only in the water for less than half an hour, I read here.
Yes.
And so he apologised to the blokes out on the charter boat.
Yes.
Probably put a dent in their day a little bit. And thanked the Jamisons for dropping everything and coming to rescue them.
Yeah. No, that was... Look, not a good news story, but a classic example of the community on Kangaroo Island just rallying around one another and helping somebody out in need.
Well, I suppose you could say it's a happy ending to a poor story.
Yeah.
Because they were rescued safely.
Yeah, that's right. But look, a reminder, check your boat. All those sorts of safety things become so paramount when you're fishing offshore, don't they, Rhodey?
And certainly good on them for having the EPIRB, knowing how to use it.
That's right.
Must have been easily accessible, as ours is.
That's right.
So good on them.
Right.
Diz?
Excellent. All right, Rhodey, let's move on to a story coming out of the Kingston Southeast where I've recently returned from.
Yes.
It's been widely reported and well known for anybody who visit those parts that the Kingston boat ramp and area for launching is in a lot of trouble. They can't pump the sand out fast enough.
It's not great, really, is it?
No, it's not. It's very bad. It's led to, it's led to people launching from Cape Jaffa, I'd imagine, which is only 10 or 15 minutes down the road.
Yep.
But still not great for Kingston. But what the council has done is they've just turned it around and have rolled out a boat ramp. Ready? Tell us
This is quite an amazing story, really, isn't it? So the Kingston Council is the first in Australia to use this particular product for non-military deployment purposes. So the company is called Faun, Faun Trackway Limited.
Yeah.
So it's based in northern Wales, and they design and manufacture a range of high-quality portable access systems for use in military and civilian disaster and emergency relief operations. It's produced at their internationally accredited production facilities in the UK.
Wow.
And it's actually made of aluminium.
Okay.
So it's suitable for coastal environments, it's robust and well tested, and it doesn't float. So it means it can be used when there's a bit of wave action lapping up on it.
Okay, yeah.
So, if you had like a rubber or a plastic, that would sort of lift up more with the waves, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. But it must be quite a grippy aluminium. It wouldn't be the sort of that smooth...
No, it certainly seemed to have a lot of grooves in it.
Yes.
So it's 30 metres long, and it comes from Johnston Avenue at Kingston, down into the water.
Yep.
And it can be used by non-four-wheel drives.
Yep.
So that's
Opens
handy.
it up to more people, which
Very
is good.
accessible.
Yes.
That's really good, isn't it, Dis?
It is. Good little story. Well done to the Kingston Council. Our good friend Lansey working with them. I'm not sure she was terribly involved in the project, but, well done to the council at large.
And probably a bit disappointed you didn't go out and do a site visit while you were down that way.
Fair. Probably fair.
Yeah. Next time.
There will be next time.
You'll do better next time?
I'll do it. I'll lift. Sorry, mate.
I'd certainly hope so.
I think I did quite well on the books this week, though, burying my big old noggin in the books, getting a few good news
It
stories.
is very rare that you get that big balding forehead involved in any sort of research for this podcast, but you did do a little bit this week.
I did well, mate. I did very well.
So there's a first for everything.
All right, that wraps up the news. I'm sure that kept you all interested. Let's get on to our guest, ready?
All right, dears, we are very lucky to have our next guest. We're joined on the line by Steve Lewis from SFT Australia. Great brand of lures. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. How you doing?
Yes, very good, Steve. Thank you very much for coming on the show. We love your lures. Did the damage on our most recent trip, but we won't talk about that too much at the minute, mate. We'll get into that later. Let's get into the 5 questions. Steve, tell us about your best fish.
I'd have to say it'd be a barrel tuna down the southeast a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So that one went 121.6 kilo on 24 kilo line.
And was that on one of the Takumi lures, Steve?
Nah, mate, that was before I was associated with the SFT stuff.
Yes, fair enough.
So, and that ended up being a game club winner for the Game Club of South Australia, which I'm a member of, so...
Very impressive, Steve. Well done.
Thanks.
And Steve, tell us, what's your favourite thing about fishing?
Just being outdoors, I guess, and taking your mind off everything else that's going on in the world, and just focusing and concentrating on trying to get that fish for the day.
Yeah, it's certainly a common theme, but you're not wrong. Getting out there in the outdoors on a lovely day and being out there is just what it's all about. And mate, your first fishing memory, or what was it that got you into fishing in the first place?
I could probably answer both of those. So the first fishing memory I've got is I used to go crabbing with my grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
He used to take me out of school and miss skate days at school, even though my mum and dad didn't know about that. He used to do that every now and again during summer. And then my dad used to take me down the Port River, and we used to catch bream on a Sunday afternoon. And we used to do that sort of, once a fortnight or so with him.
Yeah, very good. Good bread and butter fishing back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. It's changed a bit since then.
Yes. And what is your favourite sort of fishing these days, Steve?
Definitely anything offshore, I guess, and something that pulls a bit of drag.
Yeah.
I don't really worry about, going out and catching whiting or garfish locally. used to always be snapper when we could catch snapper locally, and then a lot of interstate trips, I guess. Darwin and Cairns, they were always fun trips.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. You must have had a funny fishing story from one of those trips, or one that got away. Tell us about one of them.
I guess one of the funnier ones would be I was lucky enough to be involved in a capture of 1,000-pound marlin up in Cairns. But the day before, I was out on one of the worst boats in the fleet, is the way the skipper would describe his boat. With two holidaying Americans. And we got two little marlin that might have been, maybe 200 pound at most. And they invited me out and just said, "There's 5 girls coming out tomorrow. Just you should come out for a look." And when I rocked up, there was 5 20-something-year-old ladies in bikinis for the day. So it was a fun trip.
Did you catch any fish?
Yeah, that was one of the girls caught a 1,000-pounder.
Oh, wow.
So she'd never been fishing before, never been on a boat before. And, backed down on it, and she got it in about 40 minutes with a little bit of help. So, yeah.
Must be a lucky charm.
Yeah, it was a good day.
I bet. Now, Steve, we mentioned at the start, we love your lures. We know you've been flat out, particularly at this time of year. You do have some other stuff, but tell us originally, how'd you get into the tackle industry? What led you to this point?
I guess it was a bit of a family thing, as my brother moved to Darwin when he turned 20. And I used to go on surfing trips to Indonesia all the time.
Yeah, okay.
And I found out from him being up there that it was a really cheap flight from Darwin to Indonesia. So I used to go up there fishing and got heavily involved in the Darwin scene, I guess, every time I was up there, and with my brother's mates, learn a lot. And when I came back to Adelaide and settled down a little bit more, I bought my boat, and then going into the tackle shops. I guess a few times a week I got friends and with one of the owners, and I ended up with a job at one of the shops.
Okay.
And one thing led to another, and now you're with SFT. Is that right?
There's been a little bit more in between. So I was originally started at St Anne's for a couple of years, and then I was down at the old Todd's Tackle, which is now Brighton Tackle and Bait with Peter Whiting. So I did probably about 5 or 6 years there in retail. Then did some repping for Steve Morris at Top Shot Tackle, which is some of the best gear in the country and best rods there. With Steve Morris. And then from that, I ended up bringing a brand called Duo to Australia, which is a Japanese brand. So I was involved nationally setting that up, and then, without swearing, I got screwed over with contractual issues, basically, is a nice way of saying it, after about 4.5 years of that. And then it took me a little while to find something else that was reputable, which was SFT.
And how long have you been with SFT for, Steve?
Just over 3 years now.
3 years, And tell us a bit about the brand, the design, where they're manufactured, things like that. Okay,
so the brand is Chinese. The owners are Chinese, but these are Chinese people that actually fish. So they travel the world fishing, and obviously they come up with their designs, do their R&D themselves. I know there's a lot of talk in the industry about the Chinese manufacturing, being a bit shitty, as to say. But that all comes from factories where the people don't actually fish, and there's no quality control. As you know, as a fisherman, you're passionate about what you do, so you make sure that you're doing it right. And that's the best thing about the SFT stuff, is they're doing everything spot on. It's super strong, the componentry, the hooks, it's nothing second class there.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. And you've been on a couple of trips over there see the thing, I suppose, not this year, obviously, with everything that's been, or last year with everything that's going on, but your input would be important as well, I imagine.
Everything's been via the internet, to be honest, at the moment.
Yeah.
I was planning a trip last year, but obviously, that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, fair enough, mate, because you seem to do pretty well on the fish yourself. What's your go-to lure, mate? There's a lot of talk about the Takumi, but do you have a favourite?
It just depends what I'm fishing for. So, obviously, with the tuna, the Takumis are the one to go for at the moment. But in turn, in saying that, I chase mulloway as well in the Coorong and the Murray Mouth. So there, I'll be throwing the Takumis. But on the inside, I also use a lure called a Fisher Swift, which is a sinking stick bait, which is 90 mil long, and we've had some pretty good sessions on the inside with them with smaller mulloway.
Beautiful.
And back onto the Takumi lure, Steve. It's been super popular locally on the tuna populations. Can you tell us why it's been so good? Any theories on it?
I think it wobbles a little bit different. It's a lot tighter action, and you can get a lot more speed out of it as well.
Yeah.
And the other advantage is it's a weighted lure, so you can actually, if you run it on spin gear, which most guys are using braid and spin gear, you can cast it. So you don't need to have two separate outfits. You can just have the one. You know, if you find a school that's busting up and your mate gets a hook up, you know, you can wind up and just cast straight into the school.
Yeah, awesome. Love that. Love that, don't we, Rhodey?
It's good. We took the Takumi out on the weekend out off Marion Bay amongst some Troll So Hard skirts and a bit of other gear. But we didn't really have the option of getting it out and casting it into the school because every time we went past the school, we just got double or triple hookups.
Yeah, I did see that little video you put up.
So we'll keep that in mind for next time, though.
Yeah, for sure. I like casting it.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And tell us, we hooked a couple of the fish on the little 75mm Takumi. It looks very small compared to a lot of the tuna lures you see out there, but it certainly does the damage, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. That's what I normally use, especially early on in the season.
Yeah.
The bait's normally tiny.
Yeah.
And it's fully wide through. It control. I don't know. I reckon I've had those up past 12 knots, even the little ones with a bit of swell.
Yeah.
Bit of swell pushing you. You know how you pick up a bit of speed with the swell.
Yeah.
And you can run your skirts as well at that speed where normally, you know, we won't mention other brands, but you know some of those other brands blow out above 8 knots anyway. So
yeah, you're not wrong. And Steve, tell us about what's next for SFT. What's in the pipeline? Can you give us and the listeners a bit of a teaser for what's to come?
There's another new casting lure coming out soon, which I've had a little bit of input with. So it's designed for bass fishing overseas in Japan and the Chinese market, but we've tweaked it and we've put some saltwater trebles on it. So we'll be casting that for mulloway as well. I haven't had a cast with it on the tuna yet, but I reckon it will hold up to the school tuna we get here as well.
Yeah.
So that's a 90mm sinking stick bait again, but just a little bit different to the other one I mentioned.
Beautiful, mate. Fantastic. Yeah. And we mentioned earlier that you do very well on the fish yourself, but just cast your mind back to 2015-2016 season. You won the Game Fishing Club SA Heaviest Tuna, is that right?
That was the fish I was talking about earlier. So that was heaviest and most notorious. What's the word? Basically, the heaviest fish for that line class.
Yes.
And then there's a ratio they use as well to determine which was the best catch with different line classes.
Yeah, fair enough. And so it sounds like you've been catching tuna in SA for quite a long time, Steve. Have you noticed that it's been getting bigger and bigger each season, the popularity of the tuna fishing off Victor Harbour and the like?
Definitely the popularity's improved since the snapper closure.
Yeah.
I guess if someone wants to catch something that pulls a bit of string, you've got to go to Victor these days.
Yeah. Do you think that's the reason, or do you think there's more fish than there used to be, or a bit of both?
I think from what I've seen this season, it's definitely one of the better starts to the season.
Yeah.
and saying that everyone else is, catching fish, pretty easily this year, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't really heard of anyone having donut days yet.
Yeah, nice. And yourself, mate, you've had a few good days on the water, obviously. Been any highlights so far this season?
I'll tell you a low light. That's the lineup coming in and out of the Victor ramp.
Yeah, tell us about that. That's not much fun, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hectic.
We were down there Boxing Day and it was chaos.
Yeah, I was out on Boxing Day myself. So we actually, and something I'll tell the listeners, which I'll tell my mates, is tuna bite all day. You don't need to go first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's for some reason everyone thinks you need to be there at the crack of dawn and have your lures out. Sure, there's a sunrise bite, but when they find the bait, they just feed. They're continuously looking for bait. So it's just a weird thing that happens here. I don't really understand it myself.
Yeah, that's some good advice, because we certainly caught our tuna on the weekend in the afternoon, and I remember earlier on in the year, Stu Ferenczi was saying he often gets his best fish in the afternoon as well. So certainly some good fishermen are backing that up.
Yeah, well that's what we did last Sunday. We went out early, but we didn't really find too many fish in the morning, and then by the afternoon there was just fish up on the surface everywhere, and there was literally no one around.
Yeah,
that's like
you love those days.
I shouldn't be telling people this.
That's right.
No, it seems like it's just turning into a competition who can get to the ramp the earliest these days, really.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Steve, the Coast to Coast is coming up. Are you in that?
Yep. I'm not 100% yet.
Okay.
SFT is definitely sponsoring it, and it's not actually just myself sponsoring it this year. The main head company from China's sending a bit of stuff as well this year.
Yeah, good.
So that's a really positive thing for myself and for the state. But yeah, I'm just waiting on one of my mates that I fish with. He's actually away in Darwin for work at the moment, so it kind of depends if he's back or not.
Yes, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting towards the end, Steve, but any other lures you want to suggest, or any other tips you've got of some good gear you've got out on the market?
Just keep an eye out. It's not just tuna lures we do. So, as I said, we got some Fisher Swifts. We got some excellent barramundi stuff as well. In a range called the Sea Hunt, which is a shallow, slow twitch lure.
Yeah.
A few guys are throwing them for mulloway here as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Where you can get them in the shallow depths.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And just keep an eye out for this new stuff that's coming soon. We should have a couple of lures releasing this year, from what I've been told. So.
Beautiful. Well, if they're anything as good as the Takumis, we'll have to get into a couple of them and go and hunt some of those mulloway deers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
We look forward to it. And Steve, very much appreciate your time. We love what you do at SFT. Thank you for coming on the show and telling us a bit about what you get up to and some of your tuna stories. Thanks, mate.
No worries, guys.
Thanks, Steve. We might see you at the tuna comp.
Yeah, mate. Anytime.
See you, mate. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Great to hear from Steve Lewis this week, Brody. He had a lot of wisdom to share with us. Let's get stuck into the fishing report now, though, Brody. We've got a bit to talk about this week, haven't we?
We have. We've been quite active on the fishing this week, Diz. Tell the guys, firstly, about last weekend's trip out to Althorpes.
Well, look, great weather to start with, and that was paramount for us to make sure we could get out there wide offshore.
And we had been watching the bomb for a little while for the right weather to pop up on a weekend, get out off Marion Bay.
Yes.
And the stars aligned.
They did.
So we got out there last Saturday.
Yeah, look, it was pleasing to arrive to the ramp, not to see 70 other boats.
That was good, wasn't it?
That was excellent.
That's a good start.
There were a few boats down there. Said g'day to Matty Barlow, Will Murdoch,
Joey Virgin,
a
few of the locals.
Bill Virgin. Saw a few of them down there, didn't we?
That was good, yeah.
Good to say g'day. Then we basically just hit the water straight after that.
A little bit choppy early.
It was a little bit choppy. A little bit of residual breeze and some chop on the water. But the boat handled it fantastically.
Yeah, so pretty much we just sent it straight to Althorpes, didn't we?
We did. We just punched it. Got a bit wet on the way out there.
Should have had the clears up.
And by a bit wet, I mean drowned rats we looked like.
Error in judgment not to put the clears up.
Yeah.
Because I had them up this morning. They made a big difference.
Didn't they? Yeah. How'd you find them getting up, just while we're on the
Fine.
quiz?
No dramas.
Did you put them on before or while you're out there?
Before.
Okay, good call.
All right, back onto the day.
Yes, so no tuna early, Rody. We were at the back of Althorpe's.
Lots of
south
boats
there,
out there, wasn't
plenty
there?
of boats, dragging lures through the ocean, no worries. Probably didn't see too many people hook up, although they may have.
Didn't look like it from our viewpoint.
We saw a little bit of bait just before Althorpe's, which probably was a little bit of an error in judgment on my behalf, skippering not doubling back on that bait. We just kept going south of Althorpe's, but look, it didn't matter in the end, but we'll get to that.
So we did have the sounder on.
Yes.
And we marked a few spots.
We did.
Which was a great idea.
Marked some really, good looking bottom as we were trawling around the island. Decided to put the lures away for the morning.
Yeah, we cooked a bit of a barbie.
2 or 3 hours, cooked the barbie, went back round, started drifting over these spots and did very well on the nannies for our first time, I'd suggest, Brody.
Yes, we did find a good old nanny lump.
We found a good nanny lump.
And we were just drifting over it, couple of pillies, couple of squid heads.
Yep.
And we were pretty well catching something every time.
We were. You pulled in a good size queenie.
Yeah, we got, what did we end up with? 3 queen snapper?
Yeah.
Or blue morwong?
Yeah, that was a good one. And the other...
Mine was a good size.
Yeah, well, hey.
I got 2, actually. You caught a little one.
I cleaned up on the nanny front. Caught way more nannies than you.
About 50-50.
No. Poor call.
It's probably about time you caught more than me at something, anyway. And anyway, so that was good, Tiz.
It was good.
Caught a few shitties,
really
but it was mostly good eating fish out there.
It was, and look, I think it sort of got to around that midday, 1 o'clock mark, and we thought, well, that's been a reasonable day's fishing. Got some good blue morwong, good haul of nannies. So we thought we'd just start heading back, and as we were, we saw some big schools of tuna just sunning themselves.
Yeah, and it was sort of out between Haystack and Seal Island, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And what did we do, Diz? We got the lures in the water.
Lures in the water. Thought we were, we must have been a good chance. And what happened? Bang! One rod went off. To start with.
Yeah.
That was good.
Got one.
Got one in.
Then we were getting triple hookups from there.
It was
mayhem.
It was mayhem.
So there was blood all over the boat.
Yeah, it was
Gave each other a fair old bath.
Yeah, we did.
Your old man Davo got in on the action.
Got amongst it, cleaned them up. Just really good day's fishing.
So we ended up getting 12 fish.
Yeah.
Probably the first 11 were about 10 kilos.
Yeah.
And kept 6 of them.
We
between
did.
the 3 of us. And the last one was a good size.
Last one was an excellent size, mate.
And
excellent size.
That was a bloody good day, wasn't it? So we would have stayed out there probably for a few more hours catching and releasing.
Yeah.
But 9.5 hours on the water, and the ice was not looking at its best. So we decided that was starting to melt. Good time to head in, get to the pub, get some more ice on those fish, and that's what we did.
Yeah, we did. And that wrapped up a pretty good day.
Took them back to your parents' place at Black Point.
Dad had given away about 3 tuna by the time we got home.
Yeah, fine, whatever, Davo. Anyway, we cleaned them up. I did the tuna, you did the nannies.
Yeah.
Davo chopped and changed.
Yeah. No, it was
Got
good.
the vacuum sealer out.
It was helpful. It was good of him to get on a knife, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Good of him to get on the knife with us.
And that was that.
Didn't just leave us to it, which
vacuum
was nice.
sealed all of them up, and the freezers are looking good.
Yes, happy
And
days.
I've been eating a bit since, Diz.
Yeah, I have too.
We've had sashimi.
Nana guy was excellent.
We had the nana guy. I did a bit of salt and pepper flour.
Yeah.
On the barbie.
Good.
It's been bloody good. What do you reckon? Did you ever get any blue morwong?
Nah, I haven't had blue morwong yet.
Because we had that with Mum and Dad the other night. I personally thought the nanny, was better.
Okay.
Lucy thought the nannies was better.
Yep.
Dad was a blue morwong man.
Blue morwong man for Pete?
Yep. And Ella's boyfriend Jack.
Yeah.
He couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, jeez.
He just said they're both great.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good that there's some in the blue morwong camp.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a 50-50, and I thought they were all good eating, really.
Yep. That wrapped up the All Thoughts trip, Rody. Tell the listeners about your little strike mission off Victor.
Yes, so I took, we did. We got out there this morning about sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock. Let the boys have a bit of a sleep in because they had a few beers last night. So Dad was down there with Mike, Steve and David, a few of the mates.
Yeah.
A little bit worse for wear first thing in the morning.
Good
no,
guys.
they were actually alright. Yeah, they were good guys. Anyway, we put the boat in, headed out towards the Newlands Head area.
Yep.
And we got one.
Okay.
Probably 10 or 12 kilo.
Yeah.
Not massive, but not bad.
Yeah.
Boys are pretty happy.
Happy days.
Yeah, so had a bit of a trawl around there. We didn't have heaps of time, so we had to keep moving. Got back out the back of West Island. Big school fish.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said in the lemons early on this morning, just wouldn't take a bait, wouldn't take a lure.
Wouldn't go after him.
Nah, a couple other boats got one.
Yeah, okay.
There were probably 5 or 6 boats in the end, and I reckon maybe 2 or 3 of them got a fish.
Yeah, righty.
So we just didn't get lucky on that score, but good to come home with a fish.
Any seasickness to report?
Yeah, a little bit. Couple of spews, not from me, but, we won't mention any names. Bit of burley.
Yeah, good
So
stuff.
had a little bit of sashimi with
Yeah,
our bacon and eggs this morning,
interesting combo.
and then back to Adelaide.
Beautiful.
Cleaned the boat, all ready to go for KI.
What'd you do with the frame?
It's in the freezer, mate. Ready to go in bins. Go in the bins.
Okay, fair enough.
I do still want to make that tin tuna recipe though.
Yeah, me too.
But just today wasn't the day, mate.
Fair enough.
Too much on the go.
Fair enough. Good man. Well, yes, we like that. And Rhodey, we got onto some King George again.
Yeah.
Different spot again this time though.
Yes.
Thought we'd venture right down to Ardrossan.
Yep, we got 6.
Off Ardrossan.
Just the half does.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, good stuff, Diz.
Good little mission in the
And
morning.
your old man Davo did the damage.
Oh, he was.
It's rare that I'm not catching a whiting, but
He was the ting master that day.
it's rare. But yes, he did. He was good.
He was. Can't teach an old dog new tricks, as they say, Rhodey. He was hot onto him.
Yes. All right, Diz, what about you were down in Kingston on the weekend?
They are catching some kingies down there, mate.
I have seen some reports down there.
They are. They're seriously getting onto them. And there's definitely been some chatter on the tuna and offshore page about the tuna boats working off Cape Jaffa, like that coast,
Yeah.
a long way out. But we went down the road, and boy, oh boy, there were some tuna boats in the bay there.
Was there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's a true story.
I'll believe you.
Yeah.
And what am I reading about this hammerhead shark, mate?
Well, the Port Hughes fishing charter got a good one, like
Yep.
a big size hammerhead.
Yeah.
I don't reckon that thing would have been too pleased to hit the deck of the boat. It would have been pretty aggressive. They're
Yep.
known to be angry sharks, aren't
Yep. No, I certainly agree.
they? But a good catch.
No doubt about it, Diz. And did I see something about was it a mako shark?
Oh, maybe.
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
No.
I reckon that someone got
yes.
a mako shark on a tuna lure.
Yes, they did.
Somehow.
That was out near the Pages or something, I think. Or
Yeah.
out of Tunks or something.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure how it happened, but they got a mako shark on a tuna lure. It
Unbelievable.
was something about they were pulling in the other lures,
Yeah, and it smashed it.
and it smashed it.
That would have been exciting.
So look, I couldn't imagine it, but it'd be good.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a massive thing, but I think they were pulling in. I think it was one of those Halco Angry Birds,
Yes.
and they were just pulling it in to clear out the rods, and bang.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now, mate.
So I've never really heard of a mako shark hitting a tuna lure like that, but
Yeah, but it happens. There
from
you
all
go.
reports, it put on a fair old show.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Rhodey, that's a pretty decent fishing report there, mate.
Plenty to talk about.
Good stuff. Let's get onto the socials, and look, you did a good job. Somebody obviously took a photo of the 5 after your little mission. It was nice to see plenty of people wearing their all the gear but no idea hats.
Yeah, great gear. Make sure you get on board with the caps.
I assume the other 2 who weren't wearing all the gear but no idea hats bought a couple off you.
Yeah, I flogged them off, mate. Of course I did.
Absolutely.
They couldn't say no.
Well done.
And talking about the socials, Diz, we had the GoPro set up for our little Orthops mission, didn't we?
We did, yes. Nice little video, Rhodey. Well done on the editing side of things. That was a good little viewing.
That one's going gangbusters, mate.
How many listeners are we up to?
Bloody thousands.
Thousands?
I've lost count.
Unbelievable.
Heaps. So
Well
make
done,
sure
mate.
you jump on the YouTube channel.
Jump on the tube channel.
There's
Get
also a
amongst
nice little video about rigging up your anchor.
Yes, there is.
There's some good gear on that YouTube channel.
Well, look, summer's coming. People are going to be out floating their burley bucket around, and that's certainly been a good little tutorial for those people out there who aren't putting sponges in their burley buckets. You've got to do it.
Yeah, it's a good little David Gillespie trip, really, isn't it?
Well delivered by myself.
All right, Diz, let's keep moving. What have we got of our tackle item of the week? Diz, what have you rustled through your bag and pulled out?
Well, one thing I know is that the Fishing Guru does some excellent stuff.
He does. Dan Way, friend of the show.
And one of his little pipeline ideas which has come to fruition is a 3-in-1 measure. And we love that. It's convenient because who wants to carry 3?
So this one has the sand crab, the blue swimmer crab, and the gua cockle.
It's excellent, isn't it?
So 10 centimetres for the sandies, 11 centimetres for the blue swimmer crab, and 3.5 centimetres for the gua pippy cockle.
It's innovative.
It's smart. Get them down at How's Your Tackle.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is going to do though, Diz? I'm sorry to take away Dan, but it's really going to take a hit to the Gatorade sales at the Gua shop.
True. Anyway, we like Dan and that more than the Gatorade companies.
Certainly, and the Gatorade bottle won't measure your blue swimmer crabs.
No, it won't. I mean, Gatorades are good because it's if you get the right one, you get a perfect 3.5 centimetres. So if they drop into the Gatorade bottle, you know you're in strife. But
you can't drop a crab into the Gatorade bottle, Diz.
You can't. And I'm going for the 3-in-1 any day of the week.
Yes.
Aren't you?
Nah, bloody oath we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Fishing Guru's always got something on the go.
Yeah.
So his rigs are good.
It's just... Talking about the Fishing Guru, how many rigs are you going to buy off him for KI? Have you given him warning?
Yeah,
he's going to need to stock up.
Well, I'm probably going to go down there and get at least a dozen.
Dozen whiting rigs?
We'll have a few people fishing with us off KR that we just want to be flinging around a few rigs, you know?
Yeah, bloody oath.
Because they're well tied. They don't break unless you get them snagged like you, old snag man.
Oh, I've heard it all now.
Anyway, that's really good stuff from Dan down there.
Yes, definitely. So get down to Christie's Beach. How's Your Tackle has got all the stock of the Fishing Guru.
Yes.
Make sure you get down there. We'll be hitting them up this week for some bait, some burley and some rigs.
Certainly will be.
Ahead of the annual KI trip that's coming up very shortly.
And we look forward to that. We look forward to keeping you postponed after our trip to KI. But that wraps up today's episode, guys.
It does. So make sure you keep on board with the socials because surely we're going to get some fish over on KI.
Oh, mate. Absolutely.
What's the number one goal for the trip?
Number one goal is a KI tuna.
Yeah. What else?
Number 2 is to get the bag of tings.
Yeah. What about some cray?
Number 3 is getting a nanny on jigs.
Yeah, we do want to get some jigs.
And probably number 4 would have to be getting Pez onto a cray.
Diving for a cray with the great Pezzer.
Yes.
So that's the goals. We'll tick them off for you.
We'll tick them off when we get back. Thanks very much for listening, guys. We'll speak to you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.